Okay, this arrived this week. This is the book from a YouTuber called Jean Francois Rolland. Excuse, Jean Francis would be the how you'd say it. Rolland, 1978 to 1985 Kenner Star Wars toy line. It only focuses on the sort of stuff that's in the movies, so there's no mini rigs in this. It's a good book. I mean, the cover's very luxurious. It's got that sort of almost rubbery texture to it. It's a hardback, so you get a great opening with some great photography there. It's forwarded by Gus Lopez and Duncan Jenkins, and it's signed as well. May the Force be with you. So, dedicated to all Kenner product employees. May the Force be with you always. Here's the list of all the backers. So I did a sort of interview with the author on Salacious Rum's channel, and that would have been around maybe September, October, maybe a bit earlier. So, and we had to back the book on like a Kickstarter. There's a load of acknowledgements as well. So this book has a bit of writing about at the start of each chapter, and then it goes on to, I mean, it's mainly a photo record, but what's good about this book is there's some pictures of him as a child getting his toys, which is rather nice. Then how he was able to amass such a brilliant collection in the very early 90s. And I mean, he did the smart thing. He sort of corresponded with Americans and got the stuff from there, whereas I bought from primarily in the UK, well, entirely in the UK in the early days. There's an introduction there. I mean, this is really a collector showing his collection, what he's amassed. This is all focused on what Kenner released, so there's no Meccano, there's no pallet toy, it's all Kenner. It's all the action figures, it's all the box sets, the creatures, the vehicles and all that sort of stuff. There's a bit of a history of Kenner. And this features stuff from Ron Salvatore's archive. So you've got the Bubble-Matic gun, the $6 Million Man. So if you're around in the 70s, you'd know that toy. A bit about Bernie Loomis and the toyetic appeal. And then Jim Swearingen, he's quite a famous guy now. Did a lot of the early sculpts for the figures and stuff like that. The Early Bird Catches the Worm, the first chapter, so you got about the early bird certificate. And the first toys, promotional stuff, the first 4 figures released, the Luke double telescoping saber, the Han with the big head, small head, vinyl cape Jara, cloth cape Jara, the layout of a 12-back card. But I mean, if you're in the hobby for a long time, you know all of these things. So it's really more about the visual presentation rather than the information contained, because I know everything in this, really. There's nothing I'm really going to learn. But I mean, what he does put that is quite useful is the measurements of the accessories and the actual figures. So Chewbacca, for example, is 106 millimeters or 4.17 inches. So that's quite useful. The weapon for Chewbacca would be 39 millimeters or 1.53 inches. So that's quite interesting as well. But it's just nice to see somebody's collection, you know. I mean, the layout's very nice. It's very visually appealing, you know. 12-back Luke, 12-back Leia, R2. I mean, these are things that are highly prized amongst vintage Kenner Star Wars collectors. So, you know, they're really amazing items. The C-3PO, the Stormtrooper, the Obi-Wan, the Darth Vader. But I mean, I guess he knew that most of us who were going to buy this book would have an extensive knowledge about vintage Star Wars figures, all the variants, all that sort of stuff, like the Obi-Wan with the light hair, grey hair, the hollow cheeks, Tusken Raider, you know. So he doesn't really need to put that information. This is just a collector who's assembled a great collection of Kenner products and presenting it in a visually appealing way. So he does these photographs of the American Death Star playset, and that's a great image to look at. That's something we never had in the UK. But, you know, then you've got the sonic controlled land speeder, the early vehicles. So this is a photo we see at the beginning of the book. So he shows you what's really useful with the boxed items is he does show you what's contained inside the boxes. You get a sticker sheet, the catalogue, the item with its inserts, and we really do care label. I wish Hasbro cared. But, you know, it's a really thoughtful presentation, and because I was never really a boxed vehicle collector, so I've only got a couple of mini rigs really. I've got none of this, so you know, just to see it all laid out, what's contained in the box, how it's all, you know, if you took everything out of an unopened box, this is how it would all appear. There's the US Death Star PlayStation. That's brilliant. I'm sure that would have been great fun to play with. Everyone harps on about how great the Palatoy one was, but this one still would have been great fun as well. Then we've got the Sears Cantina, you know. We've got first business results, so it talks about how successful the early Star Wars sales were, then the next 9 figures really, if you're including Boba Fett. The offers, so you've got the Death Star droid on the 20 back there, the backs of the cards. So really, you know, it's a good, you know, run through of an amazing collection. You've got the Greedo, you've got the Hammerhead, you've got the Red Snag, you've got the Walrus Man, you've got the Luke X-Wing pilot, the R5 on the 21 back, and he's got on certain pages there like double spreads you can pull out, and you've got the Boba Fett there on the 21 back, so that's really nice to see. So quite nice. You've got to be careful when you put the pages back though, but it's a really nicely thought out book. So that's the sort of layout of the book. So he does the, like for Empire, he'll do the Empire figures, then he'll do the creature. So this is the 79 vehicle. So you've got the troop transporter. Always wanted that, never got one. Brilliant. I think there's a pull out here for the Millennium Falcon. So that's a great image used there. Great shot there. What a toy. So this is one man's collection, and it's just lovingly photographed. There's these little QR codes, so if you have an iPhone or whatever, a phone that can read these, you can let it read it, and it will direct you to one of his videos. I mean, I've been a big fan of his channel since it started, so I've watched most of the videos. So, but it's nice. It's quite a smart gimmick, if you ask me. So you just you just get your camera to read that, and I mean your phone, and it will put you onto the video link. I mean, it's all great photography there. 1980, so I'm going to start moving on to the Empire Strikes Back. He notes major changes in figures like, you know, the Luke, Leia, Bespin changes, the neck, the card changes. So from the walking to the looking, to the Leia profile, to the Leia looking forward. The Death Star droid getting his name changed, all that sort of stuff. So everything that's of major importance is mentioned. There's the alternate layer or the original layer there. FX7, that's a beautiful card there. Rebel Soldier. These 31 backs, 32 backs are beautiful cards. There's the original Luke walking. The Han Hoth, IG-88, Bosk, the Lando, White Bespin Guard, Yoda. So a little bit about Yoda, and it'll go on to how they changed the skin colour later on, made him a bit darker, changed the eyes from red to black, gave him Pac-Man eyes as well. Then you've got vehicles in the Empire Strikes Back packaging. Amazing. And you got the Atat Hoth Ice Planet Battle, just a cardboard play set. Reuse of the Jawa, Land of the Jawas play set. Cloud City play set. That's a great one. Then we've got the Snow Speeder in the original pink box. All the contents. And then the Tauntaun, beautiful. The Star Destroyer play set, and it's all shot. Every piece is shot. What you take out the box, and then it's one's assembled here. Trimpot Cloud Car. I mean, great photographs with the blue background. 1981. So you've got the next lot of figures coming. You've got some more vehicles. You've got the AT-AT arriving, Imperial Cruiser, 1981 action figures. Look at that Luke with a very dark brown hair. It's an amazing figure on the 45 back. You got the card backs that you get with these, the 41s to the 48 backs. Changes in the figure, so the hair colour changes. The layer with the neck. Yoda. Then we've got the figures on the cards. You've got Argonaut, Dengar. You've got Labot. You've got Han Bespin. So all the measurements. So the Bespin blaster is 25mm. Han was 98mm. Labot was 91mm tall. Dengar was 90mm, the Argonaut was 69mm. So there's something new, the measurement of the figures. He even gives the measurements of the cards. So a card was 6 inches across, 9 inches high. Then we go on to 1981 vehicles and play sets. It feels like there's another page, but we haven't got time to look at everything. There's the Rebel Transport, beautiful playset there. (1982) action figures. Blimey. Got 4 Lomzuckers, Cloud Car Pilot, Black Bespin Guard, Luke Hoth. The changes to Lando with the white paint added. The card backs. This one's always been hard to find in the UK, the 48 back A. Figures on cards, R2 sensor scope, C3PO with the removable limbs, Luke Hoth, all that sort of stuff. So it's just a great book. Then we've got more creatures. You've got the Wampa. You've got the Tauntaun with the open belly, Rebel Transport. Luke, the X-Wing with the battle damage, the ATST with the mini rigs. So the only mini rigs he doesn't do the ones that weren't in the movie. He only does the sort of accessories like the vehicle maintenance energizer, the radar laser cannon, and the tripod laser cannon. Jabba, so Return of the Jedi, Revenge Proofs. If he has these are a treasure because these are all early top characters. 1983 action figures. So you've got the 48 backs, which is a sort of transition. The Luke changed the blue saber, the blacked out Ewoks. You've got the figures on cards, Admiral Akbar, Luke, Jedi Knight, Gamorrean Guard, Leia Bausch, and so on and so on. Then you've got the second, it's got another put-out page here. Then you've got the Y-Wing. I know that's got a double page spread. Then you've got the Collector Series vehicles. Then you've got the re-decoed Millennium Falcon, I mean the new image used on the box, AT-AT, and the Scout Walker, the Ewok Village. And we've got the Y-Wing here with a massive pull-out, 2-page. Got the Ewok Village. We've got the Battle Damaged TIE Fighter. We've got the Jabba the Hutt Dungeon, first release. We've got the Imperial Shuttle we're moving on to. We've got offers to try and encourage people to keep buying. 84 action figures. These are the changed pictures. So you've got Luke Gunner, Chewie Rockstar, Han, Death Star. Name change for the Sand Person, and that is a hollow cheeks. It's got Darth Vader updated picture, Obi-Wan updated Yoda Jedi Master picture, and the highly prized Boba Fett blue sky. You've got a bit about the change in the COO markings. You've got the second wave of Jedi figures. Very nice. So it's just an amazing book. You've got the Max Rebo set. More vehicles. So just to give you an idea of the book. Then on to the Power of the Force. It does include the Canadian Yak Phase Power of the Force. And then the last lot of vehicles, interplanetary star map, all that sort of stuff. The skiff, the A-Wing in the droids packaging, because originally that was going to be on the Power of the Force. And then we finished the book. There's the back cover. So really good book, very useful. I mean, just a nice thing to look through and all that sort of stuff. Just to see one man's collection brought to life in the... I mean, must be a Star Wars collector's dream, just to have a book that people will buy and, enjoy. And, obviously, when you watch those video clips, you'll see he has a true passion. Those videos are in English and French as well, so you can choose the language of those videos. So, a really useful book. So, Jean Francois Rolland. Jean Francois Rolland, and I'm sure you can buy this still maybe on the website. Follow Chronique Vintage on social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's an unofficial book. And there's a bit of his collection. So really great book. It's just one collector's. Oh, this is a great shot here, the giant AT-AT picture he made. So just brilliant there. The blue background, it just looks so of its time, of that sort of, the Kenner artwork of the time. The Dagobah playset. So yeah, great book, highly recommend it. If you're into vintage Star Wars, yeah, great book, highly recommend. Beautifully set out, easy, not much to read, but it's the pictures that are the, standout thing for me. It's all about the visual. I mean, many people say these things are works of art, and I totally agree with that. So brilliant book, highly recommend. Yep, great job. All that remains is to say cheers, goodbye. There's the signed autograph. Bye.